Over the years, we've seen some truly strange video games, but the level of insanity of the games on today's list are totally off the charts. Let's take a look at the top 5 weirdest games ever created. Muscle March is a game that was released on the Nintendo Wii that involved chasing a thief that stole your giant tub of protein powder. The thief crashes through walls, leaving holes in the form of bodybuilding poses. The player makes their character squeeze through the holes by moving the Wii remotes to match the pose. Players can choose from a number of interesting folks, including an American boxer, a British female bodybuilder, a Norwegian polar bear, and some other flamboyant characters. Once you go through a bunch of holes, you have to shake the Wiimotes vigorously to catch up and tackle the thief. If you're into muscular men in tight speedos, power walking through holes in the wall, all while gyrating their bronzed booties, then this game is for you. LSD Dream Simulator is a surrealistic exploration video game. It was released in Japan in 1998 for the Sony PlayStation. The entire game is based on a dream journal of one of the developers. Set in a first-person environment, the player must navigate through a psychedelic dream world. That's it, you just walk around and trip balls. If you bump into anything, you're transported to another dream. There's no goal to achieve or a boss to beat, just looking around and touching stuff. Because of the game's strange and vivid imagery, and sometimes almost seizure-inducing sequences, it has garnered a cult following. The game's developers were definitely on some psychedelic mind enhancers when they made this one. Seaman is a game that came out on the Sega Dreamcast that was actually an interactive pet simulator. The Seaman is a kind of fish with a human face that evolves over time. The player can interact with him through the microphone bundled with the game. After speaking to the pet, he sometimes insults the player with less than friendly remarks.
I'm mad at you right now, so go away.
This is a strange game with peculiar controls, but if you get stuck, don't worry. The late Leonard Nimoy, aka Mr. Spock, will help you with a little guidance along the way.
Greetings, and welcome back. You're doing a good job.
Overall, you pretty much just have to feed the Seaman, talk to the Seaman, and check on him every day, or you run the risk of him dying on you. And you thought keeping your Tamagotchi alive was difficult. You don't know what a Tamagotchi is? Moving on.
Quit it, it hurts.
Panic was a game made for the Sega CD gaming system, and it was totally weird. The main character is a kid that gets zapped into his TV, then has to warp from room to room by pushing buttons, all while trying to defeat the crazy machines that have taken over. Nearly everything about this game is completely random, including what the buttons on your controller do at any given level. The buttons' functions will change with every room that you go to. Game Players magazine describes the game as being made for people on drugs, by people on drugs. Pretty accurate. Bunga, aka Spankum, is a Japanese arcade game that has a butt hanging out the front of the machine. The objective of the game is to either slap it as hard as you can or stick a giant finger up the anus. Not your anus, the machine's anus. The screen will then display the expression of the person you're violating. The harder you shove or spank, the more the character screams in pain, all while you're scoring some major points. You can choose to ravage the ex-girlfriend, the child molester, the gangster, the con artist, the prostitute, and a host of others. If your sexual behavior is up to par, you will be rewarded with a small plastic piece of poo. The game's mascots are literally a walking index finger in a miniskirt and a coiled turd wearing pajamas. If you're into butt play, this game might be right up your alley. Thanks for watching. Make sure you sound off in the comments section on what your list would look like, and be sure to subscribe to this channel for more Top 5.